I don't know what happened to the mystery woman at Chicago's Lakeshore Hospital. Did she die while Dr. Klinetop was awaiting trial for Minnie Miller's death? Who knows? Get me monetized, and I'll try to find out. This is Christina from the Sisyphean Journal, and today is January 17th. Welcome to the Sisyphean Journal, where I primarily look at both criminal and legal abortion deaths to see what we can learn so that as long as abortions are happening, the women at least are surviving. And of course, looking at how to help women avoid the abortions in the first place. So hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can learn who died on different anniversaries and you can contribute to the conversation below. So on January 17th of 1912, a 38-year-old homemaker named Minnie Miller died at Columbus Hospital in Chicago from septicemia. The abortion that caused the septicemia was performed on January 2nd by Dr. Charles W. Klinetop. He was identified by the coroner's verdict on January 26th. Minnie's husband is the one who named Klinetop as the abortionist, and Minnie herself had also identified him in a deathbed statement. Now, the docket was very crowded, so Klinetop was free and going about his business while he was awaiting trial. During that time, a woman called police from Lakeshore Hospital. She said that another woman was there dying from an abortion. The police suspected that Klinetop was involved, but before they arrived at the hospital, the woman, identified as Grace Smith, had been spirited away under mysterious circumstances, and I've been unable to determine what happened to her. So, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I need to get my numbers up so I can get monetized to fund my research. What happened to this woman? And kind of as an aside, there is that belief among pro-choice activists that prior to legalization, every city hospital had a ward that was nothing but septic abortion patients, women who had, used coat hangers on themselves or allowed their boyfriends or the milkman or whoever to do an abortion, and that about half of them died. Apparently, women in the hospital dying from an abortion were not so very common that they didn't stand out. Why would this woman have called the police and said, there's somebody here dying from a botched abortion, if she was in a ward full of women who were dying from botched abortions? Just a thought. So, Klinetop, I'm not sure what happened in the prosecution in Minnie's case, because he was still free in 1917 to be implicated in the death of a young woman named Edna, and still free in 1923 to be implicated in the death of a young woman named Lydia. And Klinetop was already identified as an abortionist because in 1909, a young woman had filed a complaint against him because she said her in-laws had brought her to Klinetop for a forced abortion. So, what I'm seeing is that the pattern we're seeing in safe and legal abortions, where they just get away with it and get away with it and get away with it, was already in place. It's nothing new. And I want to find out why so many officials, both before and after legalization, seem so indifferent to what happens to the women. If you have any ideas, comment below. I would love to know.